Well, hello everybody, and this is your buddy Patrick, and this is Valor Aquaponics. Today's episode is gonna be kind of special because not only because it lands on Veterans Day, but and that it's snowing here in Wisconsin, as you can tell from, I don't know if you guys can see the snowflakes coming through the camera lens, but we're gonna be doing a full update on the aquaponics system. I did this mainly because I was supposed to start a new job today, actually. I actually started officially last week. I was supposed to go to training this week. Things got kind of mixed up. So then next week, I actually have to fly out to Minneapolis. So it's gonna get a little interesting. So I figured I'd do a full video this week. I'll probably do another full video leading up into the weekend so that it's posted, because next week is gonna be just insane. I don't know how many videos I'm even gonna be able to post. So this week's video is all going to be about the entire system, how well it's doing, some of the modifications that I made, which hasn't been much. I'll actually have more in the next video because I did make some updates. Got another aquarium, getting ready, getting kind of ready for the breeding season. So I don't want to waste any more of your time. Let's get started. Alright, to start off, we are gonna look at the vegetables. I did rearrange the vegetables quite a bit, just shortly. It's a little while ago. So what you're seeing is on the left-hand side, you're seeing mostly tomatoes. Most of these are actually cherry tomatoes. This whole row here, beefsteak tomatoes, and the rest of these are cherry. I'm not sure why. I planted more cherry than beefsteak. I'm not really sure, but that's fine. There's a couple more cherry tomatoes, and then the rest of these 8, I believe there's 8 here, are all pickling cucumbers. Reason for only having 8 plants is because I don't eat cucumbers. I just mainly want to make pickles. So I'm hoping that 8 is going to be enough. We will see. So these guys are doing great. What I'm going to have to do in the near future, probably within the next week or two, is I'm gonna have to create some kind of a lattice hanging from the top of here, so that these can start growing up on the lattice. Give it some support, because these guys are gonna get taller quite a bit, and the taller they get, the heavier they get, especially once they start budding. The tomato plants and the cucumbers, they're gonna get heavy, so I need to give it a little bit extra help. So that's gonna get done. I will probably do that in the next week or so, probably next weekend, to be honest. I'm pretty wiped out. I started a part-time job yesterday and trying to finish up school, and then I'm starting a new job on Monday, so new full-time job. So yeah, so tomatoes, cucumbers, and then down here it's still kind of a hodgepodge. So most of this is going to be lettuce. So we have butter crunch lettuce. These are the first planted, and some red romaine lettuce. This is a cayenne pepper. I believe this is another pepper. I have parsley, dill, and basil. This parsley might go. It's not growing very well, so I might just get rid of it. These haven't been doing too well. Not sure why. I don't even know which lettuce that is, so I actually just threw in more seeds for red romaine, since I seem to have a lot more butter crunch. But I'm gonna get those up and running, because eventually this is all gonna just be lettuce and maybe a couple herbs, maybe like 1 row of herbs. I don't use that many herbs. I do want to raise the dill for the dill pickles, so I do want to use my own vegetables for that. So otherwise, I think this is another, this is a bell pepper, and this is another bell pepper, or that's maybe a jalapeno pepper. I'm not really sure. We will see. So that will get moved probably next week. So this is the second bin. Now I'm gonna take you over to the other side. So just give me for what will be about 20 seconds for me. It would be like a second for you guys. All right, so here's the last bin. I wish I had more room to create more of these. So in the back, you will see that the 4 jasmine rice are doing fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Doesn't take a whole lot of work. They actually grow pretty fast. So once again, I moved some stuff around. We have jalapeno peppers here, bell peppers here. These I just started growing last week. I believe these are more these 4 I believe are bell peppers. We got banana peppers here and here. These 2 are jalapeno peppers. These were actually in in the big aquarium. I actually just moved them out of the aquarium and put them out here since they're doing so well. I believe this might be lettuce. I'm pretty sure they're lettuce. Basil, this was actually in the aquarium, did very well. This is, I think, some kind of a pepper. That might be jalapeno peppers or banana peppers, one of the two. There might be banana peppers. Parsley, I do have a little bit of parsley. Not planning on eating a whole ton of parsley. And I do have more lettuce here. So this will be mainly peppers and the jasmine rice. And that's pretty much going to be it. This is a little bit taller, so the peppers are going to get a little bit taller than hopefully than the lettuce. So that's why I put them over here. I wish I had room for another tote because I have the same amount of fish in this tank that I do in the other tank, yet I'm only growing half. So if I had more room, I would have put another tote and I could have doubled the vegetable intake. So it kind of sucks, but you know, I'm making do with what I have. Hopefully in the future, once again, this is more of a, this is for home use right now. I do plan on, like I said, I do want to go bigger. I do want to try to go commercial. It all comes down to funding. You know, that's why I decided to get a second job, and that's why I have the YouTube channel, hopefully to raise money so that I can grow the aquaponics system, so I can do it commercially. And the end goal too it's not just to make money for me. It's, you know, I love aquaponics. I love the science behind it. I think it's highly sustainable. I think this is a fantastic way. And then what I plan on doing with part of the food is, since you know, I'm probably not going to be able to sell everything, so what I plan on doing is on a weekly basis is donating a part of my harvest to the local food pantry so that they have fresh fruits and, or I don't have any fruits, but they'll have fresh vegetables to give to their people, to their guests. So I've actually worked with the homeless, and I've worked with the less fortunate for, you know, over 12 years. So I always feel like, you know, it's my responsibility as a human being to help other people. So this is going to be my way of giving back. So, you know, if you guys, you know, keep sharing the channel, keep spreading the word, and make this channel grow bigger. You know, that's my pledge. It's not just to make money. It's, you know, I don't plan on being rich. I do love this aquaponics. I do love the science behind it. I do love everything behind it. I love building it. I love taking care of the fish. So, but my promise is that I will give back to my local community by serving the less fortunate, by donating food. So, you know, please share my videos. Please get your friends and family to subscribe to my channel so that, you know, once the channel starts making money, I can invest it into making this grow. So since, like I said earlier in the video, it's gonna be kind of a crazy week for me. Let me give you an update on the fish. So here's the 30-gallon long. So these guys are the newer tilapia, like I've said in previous videos. So up here I still have the styrofoam, but there's only 2 plants left in here. I do plan on moving those probably sometime this week. Up here are bell peppers. They're growing very well. I just want to let the roots get a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger. So I just fed these guys, but they respond to me very well. Every time they see me, they actually come up closer. But then when I put my hand to the glass, they kind of freak out. But these guys seem to be more interactive with me than the other tank. But so far, ever since I lost that emerald green Cory catfish, I haven't lost any catfish, you know, knock on wood. This tank's done pretty well. I just did a water change on this yesterday, hence why the water look, you know, the aquarium looks really good. It's actually very clear. These guys just ate. I gave them a little food. They looked a little hungry. And I try not to overfeed them now, but when they start looking hungry and when they start swimming erratically and they look like, you know, and I just gave them some pellets. The pellets are a little bit better than the algae. First, because I've been having algae issues. Secondly, the pellets have more fiber, which is shocking that the pellets would have more fiber than the algae discs, but they do, so it kind of helps them to be able to digest everything and let everything go. So these guys are doing fantastic. They've grown actually quite a bit since the last video. I would say they've grown at least an 1/8 to maybe 1/4 of an inch. So there's definitely a couple 2 inchers in here. Whereas last week I wasn't sure if I had a couple 2 inchers, but for sure I do now. They're starting to grow. I think this one right here is kind of the bully. He or she, I'm not sure. I have not sexted any of these fish, and nor would I be able to keep track of who's who. But they're doing fantastic. They're growing great. The octo catfish are doing well, keeping the algae down. So yeah, these guys are doing fantastic, and hopefully they'll continue to grow. Now let's head over to the other tank. All right, here we are back to the other tank. This is the original tank, hence why the fish are bigger. So up here, I still have some of the styrofoam. I do have a handful of plants left. I have some dill. I have a couple bell peppers that I'm just trying to grow out. And hopefully within the next week and a half, I can remove these. But back to the fish. These guys are doing fantastic. They are doing really well. They're getting really big. I mean, you can tell they are getting big. Really, really big. They really are starting to look like tilapia. A couple of these guys, you can look on their face, and I mean, they're starting to get the distinct look of tilapia. This one not quite as well. I think this one does over here. So I mean, you can look at, I mean, if you put my finger up, I mean, they're getting to be close to 3 inches. So growing very well. They're eating a ton, absolutely a ton. The one thing I've had to do though is I thought that I was maybe overfeeding them, and then it was filling up with poop and stuff like that, but I actually had an algae outbreak in this tank, and it was really bad. You can actually see it in the water line here, where it's like brown. So it was all brown, and I thought that was all water. That was brown water. It was actually the lining of the tubes were just filled with algae. So I gave it a little algae fix. I've been doing that every 3 days. I did clean out the tank yesterday. I did a half water change in here, and I've been lowering the amount of algae discs and increasing the amount of pellets that I'm giving them. Like I said, with the other tank, the pellets seem to have a better diet for these fish versus just algae discs. Algae discs are great for fish that love greens and stuff like that, but they don't have as much fiber as the pellets, which I was shocked. I actually didn't. I assumed that algae would have more fiber, but it does not. Actually, my bottom feeder pellets with shrimp from API actually have the highest rating of fiber. So I've actually been feeding them more of my Aquaponics and more of the API bottom feeder, and these guys love it. They don't really care what to eat, so I figure I'm gonna try to feed them more of the pellets, get them less of the algae, which will help control the algae in this tank. And I think either way, it's gonna, well, the pellets provide more protein as well, so these guys are gonna grow faster and bigger. And so what I decided, mainly today, I've kind of been thinking about it all week, but for today, I really decided that both tanks of fish, I will probably not harvest, ever. I will probably never harvest these 44 tilapia. What my plan is to breed the vast majority of these fish and use that as my breeding colonies. So this batch will be the first group. There will be a group within this group that will be the first to be able to breed. I'm guessing, if I had to guess based on the size of the fish and when I got the fish and basically how Lakeway Tilapia had sized the fish, I'm guessing some of these fish were probably about a month, maybe 6 weeks old when I got them, maybe 2 months old. So based on the fact that it takes 5 to 6 months for blue tilapia to reach sexual maturity, I'm guessing probably by end of December, January, February at the latest, it will be when the first group of tilapia will be ready. So I just bought a tank, a 29-gallon tank from Petco. It was on sale. If you guys haven't checked out Petco, I'm not getting paid for this, guys, but Petco has a fantastic sale. It's basically like a clearance sale on their aquariums. They're like half off. So I picked up a 29-gallon aquarium for $29. That's $1 a gallon. Fantastic. It's all glass. Like I said, I don't get paid. I don't get sponsored. So this is just, I like to help you guys out for those that want to grow aquariums, or you guys want to get into aquaponics. And then yes, you can grow these guys in tubs, but you know, for me, I like looking at the fish. I like seeing how they're doing. I like watching them from time to time, especially when I get stressed out. So it's just kind of fun to feed them and then just watch them. Yeah, these guys are doing great. And then I want to show you guys this. So to clean the tanks, I decided to do something different because I don't have a slop sink. I have no sink in this area. And I mean, I would have to run a hose outside, back inside to another door into the kitchen. That's just too much work. So what I did was I actually built a system using a DC pump. This is a DC water pump, non-submersible, which I hooked up to a switch. And then I actually have it hooked up to a filter. This is I believe is a Imagitarium, something like that. So that brand is from Petco. Once again, I'm not loyal to any of these brands. It was the best value, and looked like it could do the job. The tubing was bigger, which I liked. So this is, I believe, is 3/8 tubing. So this is actually a little bit bigger tubing. I think this might be 1/2 inch, but I was able to make it work, you know, using the clamp, the band clamp. And I have it hooked up to a 12-volt marine battery. Why a marine battery? It's because I have a boat. It's in storage, and I didn't just want this battery just sitting there. So I figured might as well use it. So I'm using it. This water tank actually goes up to there, and it actually drains down that pipe. So this way I can actually filter all the sand, and it does wonders for filtering the sand. This pump is not too strong that it'll suck up all the sand or suck up all the gravel. So it picks up just what I want it to pick up, which is it'll gently pick up the gravel. It'll stir everything up, and then as soon as I pick it up a little bit, it drops all the gravel and just takes all the junk with it. So hence why the aquarium looks a lot better too, because I was very thorough yesterday in using this pump. So I love this pump. Like I said, it's got an on. This is a switch that I made with parts that I bought from Home Depot. Except for the switch I bought on Amazon. I don't remember what company. Like I said, no loyalties here. I just use whatever has good reviews. So I put a kill switch on there. It's an airplane kill switch, just so that I can turn it off and make sure it's off. I don't want this thing draining the battery and running dry. If you run this pump dry, you'll burn out the motor. So you'll burn out the pump. So it's a little 12 volt motor. Only does 1.2 gallons a minute, which is a little low, but I'm not trying to suck up this entire tank in 30 seconds. So I want to do a nice thorough clean. It does take a little bit longer than how I was doing it with the 500 gallons per hour pump, but I don't care, because with that I was just sucking up water. I wasn't sucking up a lot of the debris. So this seems to work a lot better. If you guys are interested in how I built this, leave me a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and then let me know that you guys want to see how I built this, and I will show you guys how to build it, give you guys links to what I bought, or something similar that you can buy, or if you want to use an AC motor, I can show you guys how to do that. I'm a maintenance guy, so this was really easy for me. I was an aircraft electrician in the Air Force for 6 years, so wiring this stuff up was super easy. So if that's stuff that you guys want to see, just let me know. So this is going to be the conclusion of the video. Once again, I don't want to go too long. My videos are getting a little long, but I'm very passionate about what I do. Like I said, the purpose of this right now is just for me. So this is food for me for the winter and going into the spring. But I do eventually want to breed these guys. I want to have a whole, basically a warehouse full of fish and vegetables, and run it as a business, not only to make money, but like I said, I want to be able to feed the less fortunate every week, and that's just kind of what I want to do. And eventually I want to make enough money where I can actually finally open my non-profit of Strips of Valor, where I'm helping veterans, because I am a veteran and there are so many veterans that need help, and especially since Monday is Veterans Day, thank you to all the veterans. Thank you to my brothers and sisters of all the branches of the military. I know most days of the year we make fun of each other, but on Veterans Day we're all just one. We're all brothers and sisters together, you know. And I'm proud to have served my country. I'm proud to have served with many of you. So thank you for your service. And you know, hopefully this aquaponics system right here will help grow the channel, help grow the business, so that I can do more to help veterans and do more to help the local community. And you can do that by liking the video, by subscribing to the videos, to my channel, sharing the link, sharing the videos, telling people about this, going to the website, if you can, donating to my Patreon page. If you want to send money, message me directly through the website, which is either stripesofvalor.org or valoraquaponics.com. Either or, it sends you to the same website. It sends you to different parts of the website. But I really appreciate you guys coming and listening to me talk. I appreciate you guys watching the videos, checking up on the fish, seeing how they're doing. I really appreciate you guys subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And just remember to be the change that you wish to see in the world. And I'll see you guys next time. You guys have a great day.